Dear students, according to wind action, wind erosion, we have to remind you that rake according to erosion, but erosion, it can be caused with ice, like what we have described to the cirque, to the trough or local basin. But according to wind erosion, you have to be keen so as to receive different knowledge and how can it be formed. Under wind erosion, the lake formed during the friction process. This takes place as follows. Dear students, you have to remind yourself that the wind mostly is just taking place to the desert areas, whereby there is strong winds or whereby there is high pressure, because the wind is just deflecting or blowing from an area of high pressure to the area of low pressure. Therefore, most of this erosive rake due to wind action or to wind erosion is just taking place to the desert areas. For instance, the first one is oasis. These are the depression filled with water in the desert. Oases are the permanent as they are formed after the aquifer has been exposed out, the water table meet with the surface. Dear students, assume this is the landmass of desert. This is the plain area at the desert. But you have to remind yourself that within this desert or on the desert, there is a strong winds. But because there is strong winds, it can be prolonging or taking some materials and to be sent away to a certain place or depositing to the certain area and to form a hill-like structure, which we obtain features, deposition features like sand dune. I think you will describe or have discovered more in the topic of geomorphology or physical geography. Therefore, the place where the erosive have been taking place, if this prolonging or this erosive have been expanded even to and expanded vertically to the aquifer local, where there is a storage of water, therefore this water will be exposing outside sea and can cause for the formation of water. This process is called oasis rock. This is called oasis rake, because the water have been caused due to the wind action to erode the materials and to form a hole-like structure which is just existed to the aquifer rock, where there is a storage of water, and the water can be exposed outside and cause for water at the source or at the lake. We not regarding if this lake is large in nature or small in nature, because lake it can be small or large in nature. Another one is called prayers. These are the temporary salt lake formed in the desert after the water has occurred in depression, but it's occur when it's rain. After the certain time, the lake can become of excessive and evaporation. Rainy salt measures called salinas. Therefore, these prayers, this is the kind of lake which exists into the depression areas, but wherever there is exists into the desert area, whereby wherever the wind will be eroding a certain landmass and cause for the hole-like structure, wherever the rain will be taking place to this area, can cause for water to exist. But this is just taking place for a short period of time due to more air evaporation, especially to the because there is high radiation, or there is high radiation which can cause for the more evaporation. But this area can drain or can remain a salina or salty. Therefore, most of this area is just caused with rain, because the rain which can be occurred to this region is 250 millimeter per annum. But there is a rain which can occur for 25 or 30 years, which is huge in nature or heavy in nature. Dear students, lake according to deposition. We start with as deposition lakes. Dear students, you have to remind yourself, lake according to tectonic we have been described, according to erosion. And the erosion we have been described according to snow or ice or glaciers, but according to wind action. But you have to remind yourself that the lake, it can be caused with deposition. We have to start with ice deposition. Wherever the ice will be moving from one place to another, and to carry some materials, those materials is called the moraine. But here there is moraine domed lakes. But you have to remind yourself the meaning of moraine. Moraine is likely to the alluvial. Although alluvial is caused with, or is the deposition of features caused with river action. But moraine, these are deposition features caused with snow or ice. Hence, moraine domed lakes, these are the lakes produced when the river intercepted by the materials carried by the glaciers, and hence accumulate to the provide a lake. For instance, in particular area, especially to the polar region or alpine region, there is a deposition of moraine or deposition material caused with snow. Therefore, wherever there is a river is passing through, it can be acting, this moraine acting as the obstacle, and the water can be deposited and acting as the lake. Another is border clay lake or kettle lake. Dear students, the same pronunciation, different spelling, but different meaning. Pronunciation is likely. Kettle. Unaweza ukasema labda ni group la ng'ombe. Are the kettle which is starting with C. But this kettle is starting with K. These are the lake produced after the glaciers to have been deposited in certain area and to produce depression. Because of its excessive weight, and when this glacier met, it produced a lake called the kettle lake. Dear students, this is the kind of lake which is just taking place to the area whereby there is dropping of snow. Wherever this snow will be deposited in a particular area, to the particular landmass, wherever that landmass will be soft in nature, and this snow is heavy in nature, therefore that plain area will be sinking down and cause for a hollow-like structure. Wherever this snow will be melting, therefore the depression will remain at the scars. Therefore that scars, wherever will be filled with water, will obtain lake. We know regardless that is large lake or small lake, because the lake, it can be large in nature or small lake. Therefore, lake, according to kettle lake, this is caused after the excessive weight of snow. Wherever this material or this snow will be existed, therefore can cause for landmass to sink down and form the saucer-like structure. Wherever this depression will be filled with water, will be filled with water, will obtain lake. Another one, due to deposition, is the river deposition lake. These are the lake produced due to the alluvium deposited by river. As I told you, the meaning of alluvial. Alluvial, this is the deposition features caused with the river action. But moraine, this is the deposition features or materials caused with the ice movement. Therefore, river deposition lake can lead for the formation of a lake. For instance, oxbow lake. And you know yourself the meaning of oxbow lake. It is formed when the material deposited. It is formed when material deposited cut off the meanders in the lower course. For instance, these stages of meanders. The first one was the river which was flowing in terms of S-like structure, but due to the deposition of material, the river can no longer to pass in terms of its series and cause for material to deposit, and the river can change its direction and continue with its journey, but it cannot pass to in terms of meanders. The area which is meandered or deposited with materials remain with water, and that area is called lake, at the oxbow lake, and is shown like that what is just shown on the blackboard. Another depositional lake is the floodplain lake. I think you know the meaning of floodplain lake. These are material which is just swept away or along the river after the river to undergo floods or to undergo overflowing. or outflowing of water over the river channels. Therefore, along this channel of this river, there is some deposition of materials which can separate between the river itself as the channel and the material and the area of landmass. Therefore, wherever the rain will be taking place, it should be water deposited in a particular area or along this river along. And wherever this alluvials or these floodplains will be large in nature, therefore, the whole appearance will be with water at the lake. Although at the mid or at the channel, the river will be prolonged with its journey or it is flowing, like what is just shown on this area. Therefore, according to this description, floodplains, these are the lake formed due to the accumulation of leaves. I think you know the meaning of leaves. This is the natural embankments or plants that grow nearby along the river, which may hinder the streams from joining to the main stream and the accumulation together. For instance, this is the river, but along this river there is accumulation of different leaves or materials are the natural ones. Wherever the small rivers or small streams or channels want to join to the main river or to the main river, therefore this material is just acting as the obstacle. Therefore, the water can be spread into this area and cause for more water to exist. Another is delta, as the river delta lake. This is the depositional of river or river depositional features. Wherever the delta will be depositing with it is the alluvial materials. But along this delta, it should be some spray of water and cause for the formation of delta. But according to this description, delta, these are the lakes formed at the river mouth, after the river has formed many distributaries. Hence, some water may be forced to accumulate because of alluvium. And it is just shown like this one. Therefore, it is not regardless to the large lake or small lake, but lake, it can be large or small. Note that delta is lake formed on the delta. Lake is formed on the delta. You have to remind yourself that this delta lake is just formed to the delta areas. Another is marine waves. Depositional lakes, these are the commonly known as the lagoon. As I told you, these are mainly formed when the sand or bay bar tend to surround the water. This lake formed, there is called bay bar lake. Dear students, according to the depositional features, I think we described about the bay and the bar. Because the bar, these are depositional features that can be take place along the coast, which this material is just attaching to the land mass and entering to the water bodies. But this bar, it can be split in nature. Wherever two split will be attached to each other. Therefore, can cause for the formation of cascade. But along that cascade, there is a lagoon at the mid. Wherever this lagoon will be large or small in nature, therefore we can obtain the lake. That's why it is formed due to lagoon. Lagoon is called another name, lagoon lake. Dear students, let us see or observe types of lake according to mode of man-made lake. Or let's describe some lake which are made with human being. These are man-made lakes. These are mainly the dams. They are constructed by human beings for different purposes, such as flood control, help generation, irrigation, and other function of man-made lakes are, for instance, Kariba, Nyumba ya Mungu, and the others of the same nature. But you have to remind yourself that man-made lake like dam, some of them is large in nature than natural lake. For instance, dam, Nyumba ya Mungu dam, which is located in Mwanga, in Kilimanjaro or Moshi. This Nyumba ya Mungu is just a man-made lake or is the one which is constructed with human being, but is large than some lakes which can be taking place or located at Singida. At Singida, there is some lakes which are small in nature. For the one who are just living in that area is called Singadani. I think Singadani. But those lakes is small in nature than Nyumba ya Mungu. Therefore, there is some dam lake, or there is some dam which are larger than some lakes. Therefore, even dam is a part of the lake. For instance, this Kariba or Nyumba ya Mungu. Other types of lake, there is solution lakes. The lakes formed mainly in the limestone lakes due to the dissolving of the rock. And there is some cavern, and when this cavern or holes are occupied or filled with water, they form a lake which is called porge lakes. Therefore, for those who have been discovered, or we discover mostly to the subtopic which is called karst region, the meaning of porge lake. This is coming after the landmass to be dissolving with water and cause for the hollow-like structure. Wherever this hollow will be filled, this hollow is called porge. But wherever this hollow will be filled with water, we obtain the porge lake. We will enjoy yourself, and it's just shown like this structure. Other lake is just formed with vegetation lakes. These are the lake formed especially in the area where the vegetation grows or densely to the extent of blocking the river from flowing. For instance, wherever a certain place there is a dense forest, more dense forests have been taking place to that area. If there is a river passing through to this vegetation will be acting as the breakers. Therefore, most of water will be sprayed into this area and be at the lake, regardless is small or is large in nature. Another one is barrier lake. Barrier lake is due to the mass wasting. Is formed when materials carried by mass wasting are deposited and block the river from the flowing Example, this is produced by landslides or earth flow. Also, wherever the landmass or the upland area have been decelerating or down movement of weathered material due to gravitational forces, this material will be flowing downwards and they act as the breakers. Therefore, wherever the river will be passing through to that area, will be attached to the material which have been deposited which are caused with the mass wasting. Therefore, this even itself can be called mass wasting lake or barrier of lake. Dear students, let's determine the importance of lake. They are a source of fish, exactly. Most of lake, there is different creatures, for instance, fish, and the people is just exploiting it. Another is for irrigation purpose. Water from the lakes, people, they're just taking for irrigation system, watering different organisms, for instance, plants. For help generation, most of this lake is just using for generating of hydroelectric power. For instance, Kariba Dam, most of the people is just generating some hydroelectric power. And we are just using this power. And most of Tanzania, we are just using the hydroelectric power rather than to use maybe solar power or gases power. Therefore, most of this lake or dam is just generating hydroelectric power. Also, the importance of lake is for navigation. Navigation, this is the transportation, whereby some waterboard, some marine vessels is just passing through. For instance, the boats, canoes, and ship. Most easy boats is just traveling or moving or transported from one place to another through these water bodies, or for instance, lake and other. Okay, another importance is for flood control. But you have to remind yourself the meaning of flood. Flood, this is the outflow of water from the river channel over the river channel is the outflow of water from the river over the river channel. Therefore, wherever the lake will be along the river, therefore most of the water will be dumped or drained on that lake. Therefore, water from the landmass will be drained to the depression or to the lake. Therefore, due to this draining is just reducing or reducing water which is just spreading at the floods from the surface. Another is water for domestic or for industrial uses. Most of the water from lakes. That's why what are factors that make for a location for industry? Among the factors is water bodies or lake. Most of the industrial is just located to the water bodies. The main purpose, for instance, Tibiero in Mwanza, or other industries just located in nearby water bodies in order to cool machines and to clean the compounds. Not only that, but also different people is just using water from lakes. Another is the modification of climate. Wherever there is a lake in particular area, it should be even the climate of that area is just cool or normal because of modification. Is some evaporation is just passing through, and even vegetation is just growing easily, and cause the temperature of that area to be cool in nature. For instance, the temperature of Mwanza is different from of Singida. Another importance of lake is some for sceneries for tourist attraction. For instance, there is some people who are just going in a particular dam, for instance, Nyumba ya Mungu or Kariba, and the other dams of the same nature, or to some lakes, so as to observe the formation. For instance, who are just studying geography, it can go there so as to determine different physical features which can be caused with the erosive or depositional, erosive or erosional features or depositional features. Therefore, there is different people who are going to the tourist, because tourist is the person who can go in particular or move from one place to another for purpose of leisure or for studies. There is a certain question here you have to reason, my dear students. Classify lakes according to mode of formation. Therefore, you have to look according to mode of formation, either for tectonic or for erosive or for depositional and the others which you have been observed or described. Another question is, to what extent are the tectonic forces responsible for the lake formation? Give economic significance of the lake. According to this question, you have to base on the formation of lake formation according to tectonic forces. For instance, Rift Valley, volcanism or lava, downwarping, and the others. You are not allowed to base in other formation of lake, but you have to base according to tectonic forces, and we have been described to each other. Thank you.